Hello students, welcome to Sri Jayendra Zone classes. I am your friend and mentor for coming classes with respect to business mathematics and statistics. This is lecture number first of chapter number 19. Today we will study about index numbers. Unit 1, index numbers. Okay. So let's start with learning objectives. Often we encounter news of price rise, GDP growth, production growth, etc. It is important for students of chartered accountancy to learn techniques of measuring growth or rise or decline of various economic and business data and how to report them objectively. After reading the chapter, students will be able to understand first, it is purpose of conducting index number and its important applications in understanding rise or decline of production, prices, etc. Second one is different methods of computing index number. How to compute the index number. Now unit overview. Index numbers. So with index number, in index number, issues involved index numbers, types of index numbers, construction of index number, chain index numbers, usefulness of index numbers, test of adequacy. So here types of index number. There are three types of index number: price index number, quantity index number, value index number. Usefulness of index number divided into two: deflating index number, splicing of index number. Now test of adequacy divided into unit test times reversal test, factor reversal test, times reversal text, factor reversal text, circular test. Okay. So now let's start with the introduction. So what is index number? What is index number? What index number measures? So index number measuring relative changes of differences from time to time or from place to place. Index numbers are convenient. Index numbers are convenient devices for measuring relative changes of differences from time to time or from place to place. So index numbers are convenient devices for measuring relative changes of differences from time to time or from place to place. Just as the arithmetic mean is used to represent a set of values, an index number is used to represent a set of values over two or more different period or localities. The basic device used in all methods of index number construction is to average the relative change in either quantities or prices, since relatives are comparable and can be added even though the data from which they were derived cannot themselves be added. For example, if wheat production has gone up to 110% of the previous year's production and cotton production has gone up to 105%, it is possible to average the 2% as they have gone up by 107.5. percentage. So this assumes that both have equal weight. 110 plus 115 divided by 2. 225 by 2. Two ones are 2. It is possible to averages the two. Sorry, 105 is here. Okay, I have taken the 115. So it is like 110 plus 105 divided by 2. So 5 1 215 divided by 2. It is 2 ones are 2, 0, 2 sevens are 0.5 percentage. So 107.5 percentage. This assumes that both have equal weight. Here I have taken the average weight, average percentage of these two, wheat production and cotton production. But if wheat production is twice as important as cotton, percentage should be weighted 2 and 1. The average relatives obtained through this process are called the index numbers. These process are called the index number. Definition. Index number is a ratio of two or more time periods are involved. Index number is a ratio of two or more time period involved, one of which is the base time period. The value at the base time period serves as the standard point of comparison. Now example, NAC, BAC, WPI, CPI, etc. An index time series is a list of index numbers for two or more periods of time, where each index number employs the same base year. Relatives are derived because absolute numbers measured in some appropriate unit are often of little importance and meaningless in themselves. If the meaning of a relative figure remains ambiguous, it is necessary to know the absolute as well as the relative number. Our discussion of index numbers is confined to various types of index numbers, their uses, the mathematical tests, and the principles involved in the construction of index numbers. Index numbers are studied here because some techniques for making forecast or inferences about the figures are applied in terms of index number. In regression analysis, either the independent or dependent variable or both may be in the form of index numbers. They are less unwieldy than large numbers and are readily understandable. These are of two broad types, simple and composite. There are two broad types, simple and composite. The simple index is computed for one variable, whereas the composite is calculated from two or more variables. Most index numbers are composite in the nature. If simple index, then simple index is computed for one variable, whereas for composite index is calculated from two or more variables. More index numbers are composite in nature. Okay. Next is issues involved. Following are some of the important criteria or problems which have to be faced in the construction of index number. Construction of index numbers. Now selection of data. Selection of data. Now it is important to understand the purpose. It is important to understand the purpose for which the index is used. If it is used for purposes of knowing the cost of living, there is no need of including the prices of capital, goods which do not directly influence the living. It is important to understand the purpose for which the index is used. If it is used for purposes of knowing the cost of living, so there is no need of including the prices of capital goods which do not directly influence of living. Index numbers are often constructed from the sample. It is necessary to ensure that it is representative. Index numbers are often constructed from the sample. It is necessary to ensure that it is representative. Random sampling and if need be a stratified random sampling can ensure this. It is also necessary to ensure comparability of data. Index numbers are often constructed from the sample. It is necessary to ensure that it is representative. Random samplings and if need be a stratified random sampling can ensure this. It is also necessary to ensure comparability of data. This can be ensured by consistency in the method of selection of the units for compilation of index numbers. However, difficulties arise in the selection of commodities because the relative importance of commodities keep on changing with the advancement of the society. More so, if the period is quite long, these changes are quite significant, both in the basket of production and the uses made by people. Base period. It should be carefully selected because it is a point of reference in comparing various data describing individual behavior. The period should be normal, one of the relative stability not affected by extraordinary events like war, famine, etc. It should be relatively recent because we are more concerned with the changes with reference to the present and not with the distant past. There are three variants of the base: fixed, chain and the average. There are three variants: fixed, chain and average. Selection of weights. It is necessary to point out that each variable involved in composite index should have a reasonable influence on the index. Due consideration should be given to the relative importance of each variable which relates to the purpose for which the index is to be used. For example, in the computation of cost of living index, sugar cannot be given the same importance as the cereals. Okay. Use of averages. Since we have to arrive at a single index number summarizing a large amount of information, it is easy to realize that average plays an important role in computing index numbers. The geometric mean is better in averaging relatives, but for most of the indices, arithmetic mean is used because of its simplicity. Choice of variables. Index numbers are constructed with regard to price or quantity or any other measures. We have to decide about the unit. For example, in price index numbers, it is necessary to decide whether to have wholesale or the retail prices. The choice would depend on the purpose. Further, it is necessary to decide about the period to which such prices will be related. There may be an average of price for certain time period or the end of the period. The former is normally preferred. Selection of formula. The question of selection of an appropriate formula arises since different types of indices give different values. When applied to the same data, we will see different types of indices to be used for construction succeedingly. Now next topic is construction of index number. Construction of index number. Notations. It is customary to let Pn1, Pn2, Pn3 denote the prices during nth period for the first, second and third commodity. The corresponding price during a base period are denoted by P01, P02, P03, etc. With these notations, the prices of commodity J during period N can be indicated by P and J. We can use the summation notation by summing over the superscript J as follows. So summation of J is equal to 1k P and J, or E summation of or sigma of P and J. We can omit the superscript altogether and write as summation of P and etc. Relatives. One of the simplest example of an index number is a price relative, which is the ratio of the price of single commodity in a given period to its price in another period called the base period or the reference period. It can be indicated as follows. Price relative is equal to Pn upon P0. It has to be expressed as a percentage. It is multiplied by 100. So price relative is equal to in terms of percentage. Pn by P Pn by P0 into 100. There can be other relatives such as quantities, volume of consumption, export, etc. The relatives in that case will be quantity relative Qn upon Q O Qn upon Q 0. Similarly, there are value relatives, value relative Vn upon V 0, Pn Qn upon P0 Q0. Vn is equal to Pn Qn and V0 is equal to P0 Q0. We can write as Pn by P0 into Qn by Q0. Pn by P0 is price relative and Qn by Q0 is quantity relative. Okay. So when successive prices or quantities are taken, the relatives are called the link relative. P1 by P0, P2 by P1, P3 by P2, Pn by Pn minus 1. When the above relatives are in respect to a fixed base period, these are also called the chain relatives. With respect to this base or the relatives chain to the fixed base, they are in the form of P1 by P0, P2 by P0, P3 by P0, Pn by P0. We can state the broad heads as follows. Methods: simple method and weighted method. Simple, two parts: aggregative, relative; weighted, aggregative and relative. Simple aggregative method. In this method, of computing a price index, we express the total of commodity prices in a given year as a percentage of total commodity price in the base year. In symbols, we have simple aggregative price index is equal to sigma Pn upon sigma P0 into 100, where Pn, sigma Pn is the sum of all commodity prices in the current year and sigma P0 is the sum of all commodity price in the base year. Illustration: commodities: cheese per 100 grams, egg per piece, potato per kg, aggregate and index. So here commodities 19, these are the commodities, these are the years: 1998, 1999, 2000. Cheese 12 per 100 grams, 12 rupees per 100 grams, 15 rupees per 100 grams in 1999. In 2000, 15.60 rupees per 100 grams. Egg per piece 3 rupees in 1998, 3.60 rupees in 1999, and in 2000 3.30 rupees. Potato per kg, potato 5 rupees per kg. In 1999, potato 6 rupees per kg, and 2000 5 rupees, 5.70 rupees per kg. So aggregate is 12 plus 3, 15, 15 plus 5 is 20. Okay. (15 plus 3, 18 plus 6, 24, 24.60). 15 plus 3, 18, 18 plus 5, 23, 70 plus 30, 1, 1.60, 23 plus 1.60 is 24.60. Simple aggregative index for 1999 over 1998 is equal to sum of Pn upon sum of Po. Here 24.60 divided by aggregate is 20 into 100. So 24.60, or you can write 24 246. Yeah, 24.60. Divide by 20 into 100. 2 tens are 2 12.3, 2 fives are, or you can write as 0 0 0 cut. So directly 12.3 into 10 is 123. And for 2000 over 1998, sum of Pn upon sum of P0 into 100, 24.60 upon 20 into 100. So base is taken as 1998. Okay. So P0 is equal to 20 into 100 is equal to 123. The above method is easy to understand, but it has a serious defect. It shows that the first commodity exerts greater influence than the other two because the price of the first commodity is higher than that of the other two. Further, if units are changed, then the index numbers will also change. Students should independently calculate the index number, taking the price of X per dozen, rupees 36, rupees 43.20, rupees 39.60 for the 3 years respectively. This is the major flaw in using absolute quantities and not the relatives. Such price quotations become the conceal weights which have no logical significance. So here in this illustration you can easily understood the simple how to find out the simple aggregative index. Okay, so move to the next topic, simple average of relatives. One way to rectify the drawbacks of simple aggregative index is to construct a simple average of relatives. Under it, we invert the actual price for each variable into percentage of the base period. These percentages are called relative because they are relative to the value for the base period. The index number is the average of all such relatives. One big advantage of price relatives is that they are pure numbers. Price index number computed from relatives will remain the same regardless of the units by which the prices are quoted. This method thus meets the criterion of unit test. Also, quantity index can be constructed for a group of variables that are expressed in divergent units. Illustrations. In the preceding example, we will calculate relative as follows. Commodities A, B, C aggregate and index. ABC aggregate index. So 1998, 1999, 2000. So in 1998, 100, 125 and 130. 1999 125 and 2000 130. Same way 100, 120 and 110. 100, 120 and 114. Aggregate 300, 365, 354. Index 100, 127.7 and 118. In spite of some improvement, the above method has a flaw that it gives equal importance to each of the relative. This amounts to giving undue weight to a commodity which is used in a small quantity because the relatives which have no regard to the absolute quantity will give weight more than what is due from the quantity used. This defect can be remedied by the introduction of an appropriate weighting system. Here 125 plus 120 plus 120, 240 plus 125, it is 365. 100 plus 100 plus 100, it is 300. 130 plus 110, 240 plus 114, 354. Okay. The amounts to giving undue weight to a commodity which is used in a small quantity because the relative which have no regard to the absolute quantity will give weight more than what is due from the quantity used. This defect can be remedied by the introduction of an appropriate weighting system. Weighted method. To meet the weakness of the simple or unweighted methods, we weight the price of each commodity by suitable factor often taken as the quantity or the volume of the commodity sold during the base year or some typical year. These indices can be classified into broad groups: weighted aggregative index, weighted average relatives. First, weighted aggregative index. Under this method, we weight the price of each commodity by a suitable factor, often taken as the quantity or value weight shown during the base year or the given year or an average of some years. The choice of one or the other will depend on the importance we want to give to a period besides the quantity used. The indices are usually calculated in percentages. The various alternatives formula in use are the example has been given after the test. Lespier's index. In this index, base year quantities are used as weights. Lespier's index, sum of sigma of P and Q0 upon sigma of P0 Q0. I think here it is Qn into 100. Paski's index. In this index, current year quantities are used as weight. So the formula is sum of P and Qn upon sum of P0 Qn into 100. I think that here 0 is 0. Okay. So methods based on some typical period, index, sum of sigma of P and Qt upon sigma of P0 Qt into 100. The subscript stand for some typical period of years, the quantities of which are used as weight. Note, indices are usually calculated as percentage using the given formula. The Marshall-Edgeworth index uses this method by taking the average of the base year and the current year. Marshall-Edgeworth index is equal to sigma Pn in the bracket Q0 plus Qn upon sigma P0 in the bracket Q0 plus Qn into 100. Fisher's ideal price index. This index is the geometric mean of Lespier's and Paski's. Fisher's index is equal to under root of sigma Pn Q0 upon sigma P0 Q0 into sigma Pn Qn upon sigma P0 Qn into 100. Second, weighted average of relative method. To overcome the disadvantage of a simple average or relative method, we can use weighted average of relative method. Generally, weighted arithmetic mean is used, although the weighted geometric mean can also be used. The weighted arithmetic mean of price relatives using base year value weights is represented by sigma Pn by P0 into P0 Q0 upon sigma P0 Q0 into 100 is equal to sigma Pn Q0 upon sigma P0 Q0 into 100. Now example. Commodity butter, milk, eggs, fruit and vegetables. Q 0.7239, 0.2711, 0.7703, 4.6077, 1.9500. Price relatives, value weights, weighted price and relatives. So price relatives 1998, 1999, 2000, 1998, 1999 for value weights and weighted price and relatives 2000. So here Pn by P0. So taken is 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. Okay. So Pn by P0 is equal to 101.1, 101.7, 100.9, 96.0, 84. Pn by P0 118.7, 126.7, 117.8, 114.7, 93.6. For 1998 P0 Q0 72.39 to 27.11, 77.03, 46, 0.77, 195.0. 0.00. The sum of P0 Q0 is 832.30. Pn by P0 into P0 Q0. So here taken Pn by P0 100 into P0 Q0 means 100 multiplied with 72.39, 73. Pn by P0 into P0 Q0. So in 1999 it is given, not multiply with this, but it is given that is 73.19 because here is change. Okay, so 73.19, 27.57, 77.72, 442.24, 163.80. So total is 784.62. Same way here changes. So Pn by P0 Q0 is 85.93, 34.35, 90.74, 528.50, 182.50. So total is 922.04. Now weighted price relatives for 1999, 784.62 upon 832.30. 784.62 upon 832.30 multiply with 100 is equal to 90.94.3. For 2000 same, 922.04 total divided by 832.30 into 100 is equal to 110.8. Now next topic is the chain index numbers. Next topic is the chain index numbers. So far we concentrated on a fixed base, but it does not shoot when conditions change quite fast. In such a case, the changing base, for example 1998 for 1999 and 1999 2000 and so on, may be more suitable. If however it is desired to associate these relatives to a common base, the results may be changed. Thus, under this method, the relatives of each year are first related to the preceding year, called the link relatives, and then they are chained together by successive multiplication to form a chain index. So the formula is chain index is equal to link relative of current year into chain index of the previous year. Link relative of current year into chain index of previous year divided by 100. Example, the following are the index numbers by chain base method. Year 1991 to 2000 given. Price second 50, 60, 62, 65, 70, 78, 82, 84, 88 and 90. So link relatives 100, 60 by 50 into 100 is equal to 120. Now for the 1993 it is 62 by 60 into 100 is equal to 103.3. For 1994 65 by 62 into 100 is equal to 104.8. Same way for 1995 70 by 65 into 100 is equal to 107.7. For 1996 78 by 70 into 100, 1997 78 by 82 by 78 into 100. For 1998 84 by 82 into 100. For 1999 88 by 84 into 100. For 2000 90 upon 88 into 100. So this will give you the results. Now chain indices 100 start take 1991 100. So 1992 120 by 100, this one into 100 is equal to 120. Now for the 103.3 take 103.3 divided by 100 into 120 is equal to 124. 104.8 divided by 100 into 124 is equal to 129.9. 129. This is the chain rule. Okay, so here this value comes into the multiplication. 124, this value comes into the multiplication. Same way 129.9 comes into the multiplication. The base is 100. So 107.7 divided by 100 into 129.9. Same way 111.4 divided by 100, 139.9 in multiplication. 155.8, 105.1 upon 100 into 155.8. Same way 163.7 into multiplication. 102.4 divided by 100 is 167.7. Same way 167.7 into multiplication. 104.8 by 100 into 167.7 is equal to 175.7. 102.3 by 100 into 175.7 is equal to 179.7. You will notice that link relatives reveal annual changes with reference to the previous year, but when they are changed, they change over to a fixed base from which they are changed, which in the above example is the year 1991. The chain index is an unnecessary complication unless, of course, where data for the whole period are not available or where commodity basket or the weights have to be changed. The link relatives of the current year and chain index from a given base will give also a fixed base index with the given base years as shown in the column 4 above. Next topic is quantity index numbers. Quantity index numbers. To measure and compare prices, we use price index numbers. When we want to measure and compare quantities, we resort to quantity index numbers. Though price indices are widely used to measure the economic strength, quantity indices are used as indicators of the level of output in economy. To construct quantity indices, we measure change in the quantities and weight them using prices or values as weights. The various type of quantities indices are: first, simple aggregate of quantities. This is the formula sigma of Qn by sigma of Q0. Second, the simple average of quantity relatives. This can be expressed by the formula sigma Qn by sigma Q0 upon n. Weighted aggregate quantity indices. First, with base year weight sigma Qn P0 upon sigma Q0 P0. With current year weight sigma Qn Pn upon sigma Q0 Pn. Geometric mean of 1 and 2 under root of sigma Qn P0 upon sigma Q0 P0 into sigma Qn Pn upon sigma Q0 Pn. Base year weighted average of quantity relatives. This is the formula sigma Qn by Q0 P0 Q0 upon sigma P0 Q0. Indices are usually calculated as percentages using the given formula. Next topic is value indices. Value equal price multiplied by quantity. Thus, a value index equals the total sum of the values of a given year divided by the sum of the values of the base year. Sigma Vn upon sigma V0 is equal to sigma Pn Qn upon sigma P0 Q0. Usefulness of index numbers. So far we have studied various types of index numbers. However, they have certain limitations. They are: first, is the indices are constructed mostly from deliberated samples. Chances of errors creeping in cannot be always avoided. Second one is, since index numbers are based on some selected items, they simply depict the broad trend and not the real picture. 3 is, since many methods are employed for constructing index numbers, the result gives different values and these at times create confusion. In spite of its limitation, index numbers are useful in the following areas. First, framing suitable policies in economics and business. They provide guidelines to make decisions in measuring intelligence, intelligent quotients, research, etc. They reveal trends and tendencies in making important conclusions in cyclical forces, irregular force, etc. They are important in forecasting future economic activity. They are used in time series analysis to study long-term trend, seasonal variations and cyclical developments. Index numbers are very useful in depleting. They are used to adjust the original data for price changes and thus transform nominal wages into real wages. Cost of living index numbers measure changes in the cost of living over a given period. Next topic is deflecting time series using index number. Sometimes a price index is used to measure the real values in economic time series data expressed in monetary units. For example, GNP initially is calculated in current price so that the effect of price changes over a period of time gets reflected in the data collected. Thereafter, to determine how much the physical food and service have grown over time, the effect of change in price over different values of GNP is excluded. The real economic growth in terms of constant prices of the base year therefore is determined by deflating GNP values using price index. Year 1970, 1971, 1972, 1973. Wholesale price index 113.1, 116.3, 121.2, 127.7. GNP at current prices 7499, 7935, 8657, 9323. Real GNP 6630, 6823, 7143 and 7301. The formula for conversion can be stated as deflated value is equal to current value divided by price index of the current year, or current value into base price P0 divided by current price Pn. Now, next is shifting and splicing of index numbers. These refer to two technical points: how the base period of the index may be shifted, and second is how two index covering different bases may be combined into single series by splicing. Shifted price index year 1980 to 1991. Original price index 100, 104, 106, 107, 110, 112, 115, 117, 125, 131, 140, 147. So, shifted price index to the base 1990. That is 71.4. For 9081, 74.3, 75.7, 76.4, 78.6, 80, 82.1, 83.6, 89.3, 93.6, 100, because 140 by 140. So here 105. The formula used is shifted price index is equal to original price index divided by price index of the year on which it has to be shifted, multiply with 100. So here original price index divided by price index of the year on which, same way consider the original price index is 100 and for taken base is 140. 100 by 140 into 100. 0 0 cancel, 2 7s are, 2 5s are. So it is 500 by 7. 7 7s are 49. 71.4. Same way 4 2 104. First, second, 104 by 140 into 100. 0 0 cut. 2 5s are, 2 7s are. So here 5 4s are 20, 5 1s are 5. 520 by 7. 7 7s are 49. 3 40 28. 74.2 or 3 something. Okay. Same way you can solve for third, fourth, fifth. Okay. For all. So splicing to index number series. Now we are 1990 to 2000 given. Old price index 1990 is equal to 100. So taken is 100, 102.3, 105.3, 107.6, 11.9, 114.2. Revised price index 1995 is equal to 100. 100, 102.5, 106.4, 108.3, 11.7 and 117.8. Splice price index is equal to 1995 is equal to 100. 87.6, 89.6, 92.2, 94.2, 98, 100, 102.5, 106.4, 108.3, 117, 111.7, 117.8. You will be noticed that the old series up to 1994 has to be converted, shifting to the base 1995 114.2 to have a continuous series even when the two parts have the different weights. These two parts have different weights, so spliced price index continues. Okay. Test of adequacy. There are 4 tests. Unit test. This test requires that the formula should be independent of the unit in which or for which prices and quantities are quoted, except for the simple unweighted aggregative index. All other formula satisfies this test. Time reversal test. It is a test to determine whether a given method will work both ways in time, forward and backward. The test provides that the formula for calculating the index numbers should be such that two ratios, the current on the base and the base on the current, should multiply into unity. In other words, the two indices should be reciprocals of each other. Symbolically, P01 into P10 is equal to 1, where P01 is the index for time 1 on 0 and P10 is the index for time 0 on 1. You will notice that Laspierre's method and Pasqui's method do not satisfy this test, but Fisher's ideal formula does. While selecting an appropriate index formula, the time reversal test and the factor reversal test are considered necessary in testing the consistency. Laspierre's P01 is equal to sigma P1 Q0 upon sigma P0 Q0. P10 is equal to sigma P0 Q1 upon sigma P1 Q1. Put into the P01 into P10 formula is equal to, you will get P0 Q0 here sigma P0 Q1, P1 Q0 sigma P1 Q1, so does not equal to 1. Pasqui's formula P01 sigma P1 Q1 upon sigma P0 Q1, P10 is sigma P0 Q0 upon sigma P1 Q0. Now multiply with it, so P01 into P10 sigma P1 Q1 upon sigma P0 Q1 into sigma P0 Q0 upon sigma P1 Q0 does not equal to 1, not cancel with each other. So in Fisher's formula, P01 is equal to under root of sigma P1 Q0 upon sigma P0 Q0 into sigma P1 Q1 upon sigma P0 Q1. P10 is equal to under root of sigma P0 Q1 upon sigma P1 Q1 into sigma P0 Q0 upon sigma P1 Q0. P01 into P10 is equal to under root of sigma P1 Q0 upon sigma P0 Q0 into sigma P1 Q1 upon sigma P0 Q1 into sigma P0 Q1 upon sigma P1 Q1 into sigma P0 Q0 upon sigma P1 Q0. So that was cancelled. Sigma P0 Q1, sigma P0 Q0 cancel is equal to 1. Now 3. Factor reversal test. This holds when the product of price index and the quantity index should be equal to the corresponding value index. Sigma P1 Q1 upon sigma P0 Q0. Symbolically, P01 into Q01 is equal to V01. Fisher's P01 is equal to under root of sigma P1 Q0 upon sigma P0 Q0 into sigma P1 Q1 upon sigma P0 Q1. Q01 is under root of sigma P1 Q0 upon sigma Q0 P0 into sigma P1 Q1 upon sigma Q0 P1. Now put into this P01 into Q01. So sigma P1 Q0 cancel. Sigma Q1 P0 cancel. So remaining is under root of sigma P1 Q1 whole square upon sigma P0 Q0 whole square. So you will get this sigma P1 Q1 upon sigma P0 Q0. Thus Fisher's index satisfy factor reversal test. Because Fisher's index number satisfy both the test in second and third, it is called an ideal index number. Now circular test. It is concerned with the measurement of price changes over a period of years when it is described to shift the base. For example, if the 1970 index with base 1965 is 200 and 1965 index with base 1960 is 150, the index 1970 on the base 1960 will be 300. This property therefore enables us to adjust the index values from period to period without referring each time to the original base. The test of this shiftability of base is called the circular test. This test is not met by Laspierre's or Pasqui's or the Fisher's ideal index. The simple geometric mean of price relatives and the weighted aggregative with fixed weights meet this test. Example, compute Fisher's ideal index from the following data. Commodities ABCD given, price 4572 given, quantity 3423 given, price 6691, quantity 2425. This is for base year and this is for the current year. So how it is satisfy the time and factor reversal test. Commodities as it is ABCD, P0 and Q0 for price and quantities, because this is base year, so P0 Q0. For the current year, take P1 Q1. So 457234236691 2425. Now P0 into Q0. 4 3s are 12, 5 4s are 20, 7 2s are 14, 2 3s are 6. So total is 52. P1 Q0, 6 3s are 18, 6 4s are 24, 9 2s are 18, 3 1s are 3. Total is 63. P0 Q1, 4 into 2 8, 5 into 4 20, 7 into 2 14, 2 into 5 10. Total is 52. P1 Q1, 6 2s are 12, 6 4s are 24, 9 2s are 18, 1 5s are 5. Total is 59. So Fisher's ideal index P01 is equal to under root of sigma P1 Q0 upon sigma P0 Q0 into sigma P1 Q1 upon sigma P0 Q1 into 100. You have to remember this formula, okay? Is equal to under root of, put the value 63 by 52 into 59 by 52 into 100. So here you can take 52 square or multiply this and take the square root. So after solving this, we can get the value 117.3. Now time reversal test. P01 into P10 is equal to under root of 63 by 52 into 59 by 52, 52 by 59 into 52 by 63. So all cancel, is equal to 1. Time reversal test is satisfied. Factor reversal test, P01 into Q01. So under root of 63 by 52 into 59 by 52 into 52 by 59 into 52 by 63. So here (59 by 63). Okay, there is a mistake. So here So here 59 into 59 upon 52, 52. That was the okay. 63 cancel, okay. So 50 to 52 we can 52 by 59. So here one mistake. So here here 59, not 52. So 63 by 59. (52) in this there are some mistakes, okay. Fisher's formula is this one. Sigma P1 Q0 upon sigma P0 Q0 into sigma P1 Q1, or you can directly write by sigma P1 Q1 divided by sigma P0 Q0. So no need to write the formula. So here you can write sigma P1 Q1 upon sigma P0 Q0. Directly you can write 59 by 52. 59 by 52. Since sigma P1 by Q1 sigma P0 is also equal to 59 by 52, the vector reversal test is satisfied. Or here you can do it by this formula also. Sigma P1 Q0 upon sigma P0 Q0. Here sigma P1 Q1 upon sigma P0 Q1 into sigma P0 Q1 upon sigma P1 Q1 into sigma P0 Q0 upon sigma P1 Q0. Using this. Okay. So this lecture is over here. Next time we will summarize the unit, okay, and solve the questions of index numbers. Okay. So bye bye.